My next guest tonight has sold over 350 million books. This weekend, she presided over a romantic book lovers convention here in New York City, seated, I am told, on a gold and red velvet throne. We're delighted that she's here tonight to sit on these brown cushions. Please welcome Barbara Cartland, ladies and gentlemen. Should I never know what to do. Should I open this gift or save it?
Yes, open it. It's very, very special. I'm the only person in the world who can give it you.
The only...
And it's terribly, terribly lucky. It really is.
All right. It's
very exciting. Shall I explain what it is?
Well, let's open it up, then you can explain.
And then you can read what's inside.
Why don't you explain your dress if you want to explain something? That's a piece of work. That's amazing, isn't it?
Yes, it's a last sort of Hartnell. Hartnell is the person in England, Norman Hartnell, who's made for the Queen Mother, and he's now dead. And then this is almost the sort of end of a era, you know. Yeah. And after this, there's going to be no more people who make this by hand.
Now, are those actual jewels on there, or simulated jewels, or...?
Well, they're not valuable.
Oh, well, that's
but they are sewn on by hand, and nowadays nobody sews things on by hand. They stick them on with a bit of glue, you know. Yeah. So this is very, very unique. Well, right, and they're selling them in England.
Well,
you won't believe as sort of antiques and curiosities.
Beautiful case. Let's
now look inside and read it to the people, and then they'll understand. It's very exciting.
Okay. Well, it's an acorn, first of all. Here it is. There's a little acorn. This acorn has been picked from the oak planted by Queen Elizabeth I of England, on the spot where she killed her first stag in the beautiful grounds of Camfield Place, Essendon, in the county of Hertfordshire, the home of the famous authoress Barbara Cartland, preserved forever in 22-karat gold. Well, that's very nice.
Now, it's the real acorn, and it brings you all the luck in the world. It's creepy, and I'll tell you why. It's made by a white witch.
Made by a white witch?
Yes, it's done by a white witch. And she was a little girl in Toronto. The witch thought, local witch was dying. And she said, I'm going to give you my powers. She said, I want your powers. She said, I can't help it. You have to have them. And if she makes it for anybody she's fond of, marvelous things happen. I produce so many babies. I just warn you on it. People who wanted babies, just be careful. And and marvelous things happen to you. They really do. I mean, if you want to be a millionaire, you'll be a millionaire.
Yeah.
But please don't put it in your car, put it in your pocket.
Put it in my pocket.
Both my sons carry one. We all carry them. It's creepy. People write to me from all over the world saying wonderful things have happened to them.
And it's there's chocolate on the inside, right?
So really...
It's a joke. I know. That's beautiful. Thank you very much, Barbara. Thank you very much. Let me give you something. We have these sponges we give out from time to time. Take one of those. That's all we have. But you can use that. Now, first of all, we've been talking tonight about 350 million books.
Yes.
You've sold that many books.
Well, so the Guinness Book of Records say so. I didn't count them, they did.
Yeah, that's an amazing feat.
Yeah.
Now, tell me what happened this weekend at the big book conference. They were supposed to be doves there, right?
It could only happen in America. It could only happen in America. When Kathleen Fawkes said she was going to have a love train going across America, I just didn't believe it.
Yeah.
It came across America, everybody met it, and all the people were on board, and I met them at the station, you see. And then we had the big day, and I was the queen of romance of the world, and it really was rather wonderful.
Yeah.
It really was. I mean, it was frightfully exciting, and all these girls, some of them are much older, who'd written these books on love, were all accumulated together, so they become a force, you know, if you get a collection of people all together. So now, romance, which was always the Cinderella, people said, oh, you write romance, do you? You know, sort of upper-class way. Now, we're acknowledged.
Yeah.
A success.
Now, at this thing, you were going to be covered in doves. Is that right? They were going to turn doves?
Well, that was, thank goodness, that was said off. She said, you're going to have lovely doves flying on their head. And I said, are they house-trained? They said, yes, they'll be rehearsed. They rehearsed them and they weren't.
Oh.
Thank goodness. I mean, I didn't think Queen of Romance looked very well with doves.
Yeah. How many different books have you written?
What do you mean by that?
Well, you've sold 350 million, right?
Yes.
How many different books?
Oh, I'm on my 362nd book. But they're not all novels. Last year I wrote 25 books, 23 were novels, 2 were prestige books. One was Barbara Cartland's Celebrities, which came out this week in America.
Now, you write, you have one contract for 2 novels a month, right?
Yes.
Now, how can you turn out that volume of stuff without repeating stories.
Well, I never. Well, we know the Duke is going to marry the Virgin on the last page because my heroines are never allowed to go to bed till the ring on the finger. This is Barbara Cartland's purity for young people. I write about very young girls. I think it's absolutely wrong for them to be promiscuous. About 18.
18,
and
yeah.
I think it's wrong for a young girl to be promiscuous. They should be protected and looked after. And so I never have a heroine who goes to bed before marriage. And wait a minute, let me just say, and the other thing is that I work very hard, so it sounds very hard, but I work every day. Like you go to the office or you come here, I work on a chapter every day.
Yeah, but you roughly 60,000 words per book?
No, not nowadays. Oh no, your publishers have a fit because he'd have to charge so much extra money.
How many words?
50,000.
50,000.
And I give them about 45,000 because I punctuate in a funny way. I punctuate very small paragraphs.
Now, do you ever have an unhappy ending, or is it always happiness?
Oh, once I had an unhappy ending. I can't tell you how awful it was. It sort of came right. It was time of the French Revolution for the girls going to convent at the end. I then had frantic telegrams from a girl in Australia saying, unless the Duke gets Arme, which was her name, I'm going to commit suicide. So she went on and on sending it, so I changed the ending. I'm in the second edition. I couldn't have the girl killing herself. It was too ridiculous. But don't you see? No, actually it's very interesting. Women identify with what they read. That's why it's very important. We shouldn't have too much pornography.
If you're turning everything, you're turning out all of these books, and you're working so hard every day, and they all have to have happy endings, how do you keep them from being very similar?
Well, they're not, because they're in different parts of the world. I've just done 2 books in America, one in Hawaii, which I went to, and I did The Last King of Hawaii. It's very interesting. And he was the first monarch that ever came to America.
Yeah.
It was a state then, now it's one of your states. And the other one I did in San Francisco. Yeah. I've got 2 American backgrounds.
You could do one in Bermuda with Dr. Tyson and his wife. We have to go away. I'm sorry for pointing at you. Barbara Cartland and I will be right back. Thank you. Welcome back to the show. This is Barbara Cartland, and in addition to, you must not have much time for anything else. You're so busy writing all the time, huh?
Yes, well, I do a lot of other things too. I'm on health. I'm the queen of preventative health in England, and I work very hard on that. I get 10,000 letters a year from, I don't want any more, from all over the world, including America, all people writing about health because, you know, orthodox medicine in many cases have failed completely. And vitamins, you call them, really make all the difference to people's lives, and it's what's keep me going. And they're only pure foods, the same as astronauts.
Do you want to mention your age, or is that?
Oh yes, I shall be 82 in July.
Yeah. They're pretty impressed by that. Now, now you made an unusual contribution to the field of aviation, didn't you?
Well, that was rather exciting because 2 RAF young officers and myself, we thought out, quite on our own, that if an aeroplane towed a glider, you could have a series of gliders dropping off with commercially, which would be very cheap. This was in 1931. And so I said, well, I'll make the glider. And those days, the glider only cost £100. That's $2,000, $200. Think of it nowadays. And so we started to make it. And then the Daily Mail offered a £1,000 prize, a lot of money in those days, for the first person who glided the Channel. They had no idea it could be done. They didn't know it could be towed, you see. So a German got up very early in the morning and won that. And so when I'd got my glider sort of fixed onto the aeroplane, we went across country to give the first glider airmail at Reading, and the mayor was going to meet us. And I'm the only person, I think, in the world who stopped an English cricket match, because we tied handkerchiefs on the tow string, and they stood like this and stopped playing cricket. Don't you think I was frightfully smart? I was very impressed. Yeah. And then, when I did This Is Your Life, I expect you have it in America, in England.
Yes,
This Is Your Life.
Sure.
The young Air Force officer appeared, who was now a group captain, and said we had helped enormously the Royal Air Force to help with gliding, the development of gliding. Unfortunately, the Germans had developed it even quicker, and they did a lot in the invasion of Crete. But even so, we did use gliders in the war.
Now, what are they using for in the war?
Well, the Germans landed them on Crete with troops in them. You see? They
Well,
brought
these
them
are
over. They
giant-
brought them over
these are
one
big-
airplane, then the gliders glided down
Yeah.
with a lot of troops on board. They also used them a lot for supplies, too. It was
How
very-
many flights did you make in a glider?
Well, I was in the airplane because
Oh,
the glider
you
is
weren't
a
in the
very
glider.
difficult thing. I had the young Air Force man was the glider, and he won the gliding prize at one time. And then the Air Ministry said it was dangerous, and so they stopped it. You had to hand glide, but the actual towing of gliders was started by me.
Well, that's exciting. I've been in a glider myself. In fact,
quite tricky,
yeah,
isn't it?
people who are sailplane enthusiasts claim that it's actually safer than with motored craft, but I don't know. And then the people who fly motored craft say, oh, that's crap. I mean, you know, you got to
Well,
have
the
a
only thing,
motor.
my glider fell down in the end and broke into 1,000 pieces because they're very, very light, you see.
Sure.
So if you do fall on your nose, I mean, that's that. There's
Yeah.
no more glider.
Yeah.
Whatever happens to you.
But I mean, there of course is no engine to fail, so you can pretty much land
Yes.
it anywhere.
It's
Yeah.
just if you're clever, if you're very good at. Were you good at it?
Well, I just was riding. I guess I was good as a passenger. Yeah,
Oh,
I always
I thought
do
you
what
were
I
being
can.
clever enough to work
Oh
it.
no! I
It's
went up
quite
with a guy.
complicated, quite complicated.
Yeah, it's
you see.
exciting though.
Yeah.
Very interesting noise, just that
Yeah.
whooshing of the air going past you. Where were we? Oh, yeah, it was nice to meet you. So I'm just back from vacation and I'm about half loopy, so forgive me. Nice to meet you, Barbara Cartland. Pleasure. Stay right there. We'll be right back. Barbara, thank you very much for being here. Thanks for the acorn, and I hope you sell some books, for heaven's sake. So also, my thanks to Richard Lewis. Rick Scheckman, we will reschedule tomorrow night. We will have Shelley Winters and Tom Dreesen. Good night, folks. Thanks, Paul.